Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is Kidlit Joy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to review a new release Australian YA contemporary story with romance deeply embedded in it, and it is The Setup Girl by Sasha Vey. This book is just delightful. I was not expecting it. It was not a book that I had requested. It was sent to me for review, and I'm the first one to admit that I am always a little bit cautious about YA contemporary now as an adult reader because I just don't gravitate towards YA books. But the one thing I should know by now, especially from Alan and Unwin, who sent the book to me for review, is that they have very high quality YA contemporary stories, and this one just made me laugh. I got teary during this book. I was deeply invested in our main character Amalia and her relationships, and this book is all about relationships, friendships and romances and potential romances and crushes and things like that. It is very much the teen experience, and I think the reason I connected more to this book is that Amalia and her best friend May were very much like me and my friends. They're very focused on their studies. In fact, at the start of the book, when May suddenly is trying to actively get a boyfriend, that's a new thing for them. They're towards their final years of schooling, and this is the first time that they've started going to parties or sneaking out or doing any of that sort of thing, because previously it's not really been a big deal for them. And I think sometimes we don't get that kind of level of, well, why are you making me sneak out? Like, I don't really want to do that. That just seems like a whole lot of work, and I appreciate it. So Amalia is our main character. She's our point of view character through the whole book. She and her best friend May happen to have the same crush, although Amalia has never said that out loud, and it's when May suddenly displays an interest in Kasun and he has displayed an interest back in May that it brings up a lot of interesting feelings for Amalia, but she wants to be the best friend that she can be, and she's determined to help set up Amalia with Kasun because that's what she thinks her friend wants, hence the title, The Setup Girl. Amalia's life is very structured. She has school, she has her family book club, which is utterly hilarious. The book club plays a major part in the book in just terms of running in the background and reading a whole bunch of books that Amalia either likes or doesn't like. And one of the books that they've tried to read is Moby Dick, and the entire way through the book Amalia has been trying to read this book and she just like, I'm not interested. And also her friendship, like that's her whole life. And then May becomes interested in Kasun, so she's trying to help set her up. Amalia has to deal with her feelings around that because there is an element of jealousy because she also has a crush on the same guy, but she wants to be a good friend. And throughout the course of trying to help set May up and helping May sneak out and giving her an alibi for all of these kinds of things, she gets to meet a few different people, including Jack, who is Kasun's best friend, and Laylee, who is also Kasun and Jack's best friend. We find out that Amalia is bisexual. She likes both girls and boys and has for a while, but she's never really acted on either because she's never really dated anyone. She actually ends up developing a really close friendship with Jack, who she initially doesn't know how to take because he can be quite jokey, but he's also a absolute cinnamon roll of a character. He has a heart of gold and is a really good friend. He doesn't display any toxic masculinity traits, and occasionally he stuffs up and says something that is taken the wrong way, but he wants to know what it is that he said and how he can improve himself because, he never intends for something to be taken the wrong way, but he also wants to learn and understand. And we find out that his sister is queer, and so he has grown up in an environment where he is very tolerant of people's preferences. And his best friend, Laylee, is also queer. And when he begins to realize that Amalia might also like girls, he is encouraging her subtly, so subtly that she doesn't realize, to consider her relationship with Laylee, which also develops. But what's going on in the background and what even Amalia doesn't realize is even though she is tentatively exploring something with Laylee, she is developing really strong feelings for Jack because he makes her feel safe, he treats her with respect, he is deeply invested in her family's book club, and he wants to get to know her as a person. And so both of these characters, even though we don't ever get Jack's perspective, we see them grappling with this jealousy as these people that they have a crush on are crushing on other people. And there's a little bit of a reveal at the end as well that really gets Amalia thinking about her relationships and how she connects with people and how there are some things that she's just completely missed in her relationships with other people. Like I said at the start, it was fun, it was funny, it was emotional. It has all of those teen drama elements, but it didn't feel overdone. And it is a really wonderful queer story. And another thing that I really love is this cover design. So the cover design was done by Amy Dowd, but the illustrations were done by Daniel Gray Barnett, who I'm familiar with their picture book work, but each of these little Polaroids and notes have importance in the story, and it was just really fun to kind of go back and look at the front cover afterwards. When I received this, it came with a little PR package. So there was a little note from the publishers. It did come wrapped in some blue tissue paper with this sticker which says, "The road to love rarely runs straight." And I love that. That's so fun for a queer book. There was a promotional bookmark. There is a book club list. So this is Amalia's family book club. So they have Moby Dick, Emma, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, Wuthering Heights, and The Odyssey. There is a little hello, I'm reading, leave me alone sticker, which I need to find somewhere to stick that prominently, and also some page flags. So it was a really fun little package, and I'm so glad that I read the book because it was probably one of the most fun YA books I have read in a while. In the description down below, I will leave links to where you can find out more information about the book. In the comments below, I'd love to know, are you planning on picking up this book, or what is your favorite contemporary YA romance? Let me know that down below. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.